Hey everyone, it's Jewel here, and I'm so excited to be sharing one of my 2017 Meg 9 projects. It's actually my 9th item on the list, but it's the first one I'm going to be sharing, and the second one I finished. When I made this list, and when I was prepping for the jumpsuit, I originally thought I was going to make McCall's 7409 with this souvenir fabric I got from Colonial Williamsburg in Virginia. But I didn't have enough, and I really could not think of any other fabric that would work, and I didn't want to go buy any. So I decided to move on just to another jumpsuit pattern, which brought me to Simplicity 1158. I talked about this jumpsuit in Sewing Desk Sit Down episode 10, and like the night I sat down to trace it, I realized that I am no longer in this pattern envelope. Because my upper body has toned up since working out, small size in this pattern envelope wasn't going to fit me. Of course, my waist and hips would, because that's so much larger than my upper body, but it's always easier, for me at least, to add to your waist and hips than it is to take it out of your upper body. So I decided, well, let's find a different pattern, which brought my very last jumpsuit pattern to the forefront. This vintage McCall's 2185. It is a 1970s pattern. I found thrifting for $1, and it was definitely the last resort. Like, the last resort. I can't really tell you what I did to this pattern, but I did make 2 tests. I made a test from an old sheet that was really ugly fabric, which kind of hindered the jumpsuit style a little bit, because I was like, man, this is ugly. I used that to make sure my hips and waist kind of get that figured out, and then I made another test and another old sheet to kind of fine-tune it a little bit and just see how the other fabric laid. Making the tests all came to be while I was down in Texas at my sister's house, far, far away from my fabric stash. I brought a black fabric and a polka dotted fabric, and neither one I ended up, like, I could not see the jumpsuit in at all. So I decided to take a risk and go thrifting specifically for fabric for the jumpsuit. Crazy thing, I did find some. Yeah, I found this polyester kind of silk looking fabric for $7. If there was enough for the jumpsuit, and actually I think there's still a little bit more for the crop top. If you want to find out what else I bought there, you can just check out the Savers haul. I'll put a link down below to that video. Thankfully, this fabric I didn't have to pattern match, and it's really, really deep blue, but you can't even see my like black stitching on the hem, so that's fabulous. So that was happy. That was good. But I have a kind of scary thing to tell you. So I'm going on sewing. It's actually coming together really well, really smooth. I'm at the side seams and the crotch seam. I just stitched those up, and my serger thread breaks and like goes crazy. The tension just like goes out the window. So I rethread it, and I start, you know, trying to get the tension back and figuring it out. Well, I don't know. After about 15 minutes, I got it that it was so, like, it was perfect serging. Like, fantastic serging. So I was like, whew, this is great, this is great. I'm almost done, you know, I'm getting close, you know, this is good, this is good. And I go to iron, and I have my sister's iron on the lowest setting possible. A dot above minimum, and I don't know what minimum is, but I think it's probably, like, not even on, like, maybe. So I just ironed the crotch seam. It looked great, not too hot. And I get on the side seam, and I'm ironing, and I'm pressing that. I smelled a melting smell. The iron had like blitzed and like put out a bunch of heat and had melted my side seam. Not cool, you guys. I mean, I don't have enough fabric to cut out a new one. I don't really know how to fix this, especially about where on the side seam is it gonna be. It ended up not being like up kind of on my thigh, but not in my hip area. So I wasn't sure. I was like, if I put a fake pocket down there, it's gonna be too low that you're gonna be like, why did she put a pocket there? I was like, you know what? And I just kind of fold the fabric, because I mean they're wide legs. So I fold the fabric just over top of the melted spot. And I said, hey, did you notice anything about my jumpsuit? My dad's like, no, it looks pretty good. And I was like, fabulous! Because I melted the side seam. So I was able to save it by folding the fabric over and just top stitching that down. So that is the story of how I burned, well, melted, almost ruined my jumpsuit, but whew, it all came out okay. And I'm just so excited to have another thing off of my 2017 Make 9 list. It is my jumpsuit number 9. The next thing I'll be sharing with you is my Vogue 9201 dress that I actually finished before I finished my jumpsuit. I'll talk to you soon. I hope you finish your 2017 Make 9 goals. Bye-bye. You can subscribe to our channel to get a notification every time we upload a new video.